Hi, Dr. V. Did you know I am a full-time student, a full-time mom, and I dedicate at least 6 hours of my time each week to campus organizations, all while maintaining good grades. In the past, I have taken 2 of your courses, both of which I have gotten an A in, so I'd like to think I know your expectations and how to get a good grade in your class. So today I'm going to grade myself for you. I'm going to tell you why I think I deserve an A+ for a midterm grade. First, we're going to look at how I've met your expectations, then looking at some coursework I have done, and finally looking at an area of persuasion I think I excel. First, we are going to talk about how I've met your expectations. One expectation you have that I think you make pretty well known for your courses is that we are supposed to be spending 9 hours a week on task. While I probably don't reach that every week, I think I get pretty close, especially on weeks like this when we have multiple assignments. I do this in a few ways, one of which is by always reading the course readings and watching the lecture videos and doing the OEAs. Usually I do all 3 of these simultaneously, so I am rewatching videos and rereading paragraphs a lot to make sure that I'm answering the OEAs to the best of my ability and understanding course content. Another way is just with doing the OEAs. I spend a lot of time with the prep work in researching and getting my thoughts organized, but also I have to record OEAs probably a ridiculous amount of times just due to distractions I have around my home, and I really struggle getting all of my thoughts into 3 minutes. So another expectation that I hope I meet for you is our communication. We email back and forth pretty regularly, and I'm lucky enough to see you on campus as well. So I have never shied away from asking questions or getting clarification, which I have done several times this semester already. So those are some ways I hope I'm meeting your expectations for this course. Now we'll look at some coursework I've done so far. So the coursework we're going to look at is my letter to the blank assignment. I'm sorry, I wish there was a more graceful way of doing this, but this is what I have at the moment. So I was proud of this, specifically with the peer review section. So here is my peer review letter to the blank. This is all the elements of persuasion we were asked to include. And I went through our assignment and I highlighted all of the areas I had those elements, and they are all color-coded. Now, I like the way that I did this, especially with the color coding, because it made it easy to see what areas I was strong in and what areas I was lacking. And it also gave me a good idea to ask questions for my peer reviews. I also feel I showed growth in this peer review specifically in I feel I showed growth because I put a disclaimer at the beginning of my peer review where I said that my spelling and grammar is not good, and I would appreciate it if you would not comment on those and focus more on the content, which is actually advice I got from you specifically whenever I complained that I didn't like peer review because I felt people picked on me specifically with my spelling and grammar, and you suggested to me that I add that comment. So I felt that that showed some growth. I am also happy with the work I have done with my OEAs this semester. I have been doing really well at remembering to add my open-ended question, which I have forgotten in the past, as well as answering all the OEAs with videos, which in the past we had just had to write comments, but now we're doing the videos. So I feel good about my OEAs this semester. So that is how I feel my coursework reflects what I have, That's why I think my coursework reflects that I deserve an A for the midterm grade. Now I'm going to tell you about an area in persuasion in which I feel I excel at. So the area in persuasion that I feel I excel at the most is social proof, specifically expert social proof. I think this is mostly due to my historical education, in which within history, if you don't have elements of expert proof, then you basically don't have an argument, which I feel has definitely affected my train of thought within persuasion, and that if you can't back up what you're saying with facts from credible sources, then you basically don't have an argument. According to Luke Warren in The Art of Debate in 2021, citing credible sources enhances the influence of your argument, which I definitely agree with. And now, since I have gotten more education in what that means in having credible sources, I look for it everywhere, and I think that is reflected in the work that I do. So we are going to look at the letter to blank assignment again. The color in which I did social proof was blue, which you can see is the most highlighted color. I have blue highlighted in almost every paragraph because I added lots of elements of social proof because I believe that is a really important part of persuasion and a part that I excel at, as I said. So that is why I think I deserve an A+ for a midterm grade. And I've showed you that through ways that I've met your expectations, the coursework I have done, and the coursework I have done, and the fact that I have excelled at elements of social proof. I hope this has left you with the impression that I deserve an A+ for a midterm grade with no questions asked. Thank you.